the Wilkes Racing Team. Jack Hemi, blown and injected on alcohol, a screamer, the red, white, and blue cap Speedway, the Grand National Mud Boss stocky runners here tonight in the various division. A good showing to plug it in the least amount of time. Very similar to drag racing in the bog at a time.
Ejected Keith Black Hemi, Captain America. It is Mr. Moose Bay took the competition hands down. Joe Cartwright, Roseburg, Oregon. One of your only Oregon professionals this weekend, the Bogaholic. CJ5 tire changes, and last defiance becomes a mud bogger here for you this weekend at the Eugene Speedway. And they'd be looking for the big time car crushing action of Kerry Shot the Terminator. 460 cubic inch blown Chevrolet monster motor. The Terminator is 750 horsepower. Looking good out of San Marcos, California. Interesting history and some mighty fine allocates going to the Terminator. I'll pass those along to you in just a little bit. The stock Jerry Guinness. Assessing the bog. The equipment has been moved from the bog. The final touches have been made. They are getting ready. Wheel drive of Eugene will be the first to get the call to get into the mud and see how far he goes. So, the better you make the noise, the better these boys are run. So you want to get behind everybody here tonight. Help them out as they're trying their best. Got him eased up into the lights. And we'll be watching for the flag to drop for Brand Nelson, your first stock competitor. Into the ball. Come on, help him out. Make some noise for the boy. 48 Willie Jeep getting down. I'll tell you, our starter down there off the line got a little excited. Threw that flag and threw it halfway across the starting line. Way around, sliding him in by a couple of inches into division number 1 of the stocked V8s. So Kelly Miller getting the last minute instructions. The flag is down. Kelly's got a good jump on it. Taking it easy. Oh, look at the boy go. Yo! Oh! I think his wing is probably his television antenna. Absolutely no aerodynamic help at all for Kelly Miller. You know what town it is? Bob Coles out of LeGrand. Bob Coles getting up the line. The starter's flag is down. And the 74 Renegade. Good jump off the line. Look at this little short wheelbase Renegade pushing through the bog. And getting it good and dirty here tonight. That's Bob Coles out of LeGrand. Look at the boy out of Eugene go, looking for the flag. And the bog getting the better of him. Look at that, all the way up to the front bumper. Losing fire in the motor, that 350 Chevy. Pushed and pushed and pushed through the first 60 feet. And then I said, hey, what are we doing here? Altered rail coming out of the dark. 2,800 cc nitrous oxide injected fuel altered rail. Out of Phoenix, Arizona, Scott Brainerd's Mellow Yellow. If you came prepared for some pictures, trigger finger is ready. Because when these fuel-altered rails run, believe me, they do run. And showing you what it's all about, Scott Brainerd, Mellow Yellow! Yeah! Oh, yeah! His time coming up on our computer screen, 3.04 seconds. 3:04, the time for Scott Brainerd and Mellow Yellow. A quick scoot across the top of the ball. Gonna be driven by Scott Brainerd. Getting it moved over and moved out. The very first to go, popping the clutch, dirtying things up. This is Scott Brainerd in Ron Coble's VW Rail, the Rainbow Runner. Look how nice this baby looks. Never been in the mud before. Always in the sand. First time ever in the bog. First time with Scott Brainerd behind the wheel. It's the Rainbow Runner. Turbocharged Volkswagen out of Eugene. Economy Auto Wrecking here and watching as Scott Brainerd gives it a shot. We'll see what this pro bogger can do in one of your local heroes. Oh, trying to grab second gear, trying to push it on through. Yeah. It looked like the gear ratio between first and second gear was a little bit too wide. Grabbing second gear and losing that very much. And he'll see if he can get himself out of the bog without any assistance. These pros do not like to be hooked on. Come on, yeah. Keep the revs up, the rooster tails in the air. Now, that's the way to try to get it going. It looks like the high end on the RPM spectrum is a little on the getting the extraction. Actually, the extraction crew really was the last couple of years, so we're very fortunate, although this bog has not been tested over every area. Understand? This is the very last run this VW is ever going to make, and then he's going to rebuild it. So he's come out to thrash it. He don't care what he does. He's going to push it through. Bill Bly out of Eugene, first entry in your local rail class. We'll try to do if he has played his cards right. Dump the clutch and move it. Scooting it across, grabbing another gear. Come on, help him out. Oh, a big fire out of the Stinger. Lost that momentum, gonna try to get it built back up. The VW sand rail, the ball getting the best of it. Put your hands together out there, Bill Bly. It was 1995. I'll get you the whole shooting match. VHS or Beta, top quality, super color, considering the low light conditions. Jim up topside, talk to him or talk to Sue, been hanging around the announcer's booth. Jim's Video, taking care of all your video services right here tonight. Home-built rig out of Eugene, runs on the sand. The classic, high-powered 351 Windsor up on the front end. Got an awful lot of weight up on the front end. Two-wheel drive, keep that in mind. Want to try to get as much power to the back wheels, get as much weight up the rear wheels as possible. That's where this could be a very interesting situation. Got the power. Dan Muller pushing it through. Look at the mud everywhere. Oh, yeah. Getting it down, getting it dirty. That's Dan Muller out there out of Eugene. Having the card stacked against him with all of the extra weight going up against the lightweight race of it. Many times you'll see them return the second night and the third afternoon for the competition as they get a little bit of intuition after watching everybody else run. Well, we have already seen your fuel-altered rails. We've seen your local, including the Canadian national champion. So bad news. First on the line, got the call. The clock is ticking. Jerry has himself 3 minutes to get it fired up. You notice up on the top side, for those of you familiar, of course, here at the Eugene Speedway, seeing the sprint cars and some of the stock cars with the wings over the rear wheels, giving them the aerodynamic advantage, throwing all of the wind and the weight to the rear wheel. Buy the driver a little bit of extra time, a few precious seconds before the safety crew can get them extracted. So the wing up on top is the safety feature. We shall see what Jerry Guinness out of Fireball, Fresno, California. First time in the driver's seat. The guy who built it, he's getting his driving shot for you here tonight. Says he's going to go for it. Jerry Guinness, here he is, first of 5, the Pro Comp 4x4, carbureted, naturally aspirated division. It's bad news. And all the way through. A good run, a cautious run, making it go straight. Have a nice round of applause, Jerry. A good run. He's setting that time to beat, unlocking the front hubs, turning the nitrous oxide bottle off. As Jerry Guinness, a power. Out of Roseburg, the gentleman who has been running in the mud, running in the dirt, has been running circle races for a number of years, now turned professional mud bogger, Joe Cartwright's Bogaholic, the short wheelbase CJ5. Next on the starting line, getting it lined up, looking for the groove. That's what he is out there trying to find. Find the best attack on this 200-foot bog. $20,000 purse at stake for the national championship on the line here tonight. Joe Cartwright's Bogaholic sounded healthy, got the flag to shoot it through. And getting it sideways. Shooting it through sideways out the end of the bog. Joe Cartwright. Snoqualmie, Washington. It's a 1947 Willie Jeep. And get this, lady driver. Yeah, we got some gals here tonight. Here's the lady Terry Wilkes, Ms. Captain America. 1947 Willie Jeep is where it started live. It's got a high compression Chevy 400, D-stroke down to your doctor and your dentist bottles at home. The nitrous oxide, I don't need it. So Terry Wilkes, Ms. Captain America, your special education teacher, Monday through Friday. Tagging it up and dumping it. Oh, the lady showed you what it's all about. The hard running, the hard charge, and the old cowgirl syndrome out there for... So the lady moving up in second position. Got the paddle tires all the way around. Got a brand new set of rubber on the backside. Delirious 396 built to 411 nitrous oxide injected Chevrolet. Rob Sjogren, the flag's up in the air. It's Delirious. Whoa! A rough one! A tough one! Rob Sjogren tames the bog and pulls it on through with a 6.18 second run. 6.18 for Rob Sjogren and the nitrous oxide boosted. British Columbia, Canada. Anywhere there's a bog, you're going to find it. South of the border or north of the border. Tom Nyhus has been there. A number of first place championships. The Kingdom, Victoria, Calgary, Edmonton, Ontario, Toronto, Coos Bay over Labor Day weekend. This was your winner. Was over at Civic Stadium. A rodeo is here. The Bronco Buster, Canadian National Champion, Tom Nyhus, nerfing the way up to the starting line. The starter's flag is up. The starter's flag will fall. Tom Nyhus, sudden terror. across the top. Tom Nyhus, one of the smoothest rides of the night. Taming that 200-foot bog, make 4.28 for Tom Nyhus. He's showing Oregon what bogging is all about. Taking over the lead and first place money in round number 1 here tonight. Sudden Terror, Tom Nyhus, 4.28. Second place going to Bad News. Bad News with Jerry Geyers, 38.5 inches tall. Kevin Stallings with the big body and suspension lift. Starting things off, he's got a couple of hot guys on his tail. Ready to roll it. Stock V8 division number 2. Come on. Oh, seatbelt. Oh, interesting feature. Well, there he goes. Takes it nice and easy off the top. That may prove to, well, we shall see. Still trying to work it, try to build the momentum up through it. Kevin Stallings tiptoeing into the bog. Saying, hey, let's just kind of inch our way in and then build up our momentum. We'll see. Mutters. Oh, going sideways, maybe into the wall. There you go. Crank the wheels the other direction and take it nice and easy. Watch the ball. Those are very expensive barriers over there. We chip one, we buy one. I know Bill Amick might be able to make use of that around one of the turns here at the Eugene Speedway. He's a hometown favorite out of Eugene. 79 Blazer, 350 V8, 34.5-inch tires. Just barely sliding on up into division number 2. Guy Ivy, basically a stock motor. It sounds like he's got headers on it and sounds pretty healthy, but he's got an awful lot of weight to push through. The white Mojoc tires looking good now. Guess what? We're going to have ourselves a 3-tone Chevy before the night is over. The white sides splashed with mud. Guy Ivy out of Eugene got the flag down to go ahead and do it. What a jump off the line. The Chevy's hauling. Oh, look at the way he just dives into the bog. Boy, I'll tell you, he got down there and just took a nosedive into the mud, up to the winch in the front, all the way around the entire drive line. The wheels totally embedded in the bog. Had a good start off the line. Impressive the way he just got it revved up, tacked up, and dumping the clay. Beating the Ford out of the first spot. V8 division number 2. But the Jimmy, the little tiny small block 305 4x of Patrick Cartwright out of Springfield. Patrick Cartwright out of Springfield. The big 3/4 tonnage Chevy. The big wide box, the lift kit all the way around the chrome wheels. He's got to get down there. 82 feet 4 inches. The work is cut out for him. We'll see what the GMC out of Springfield can do. Easing it up, lining up, ready to go. The officials taking a look around the track. Got to have everybody kind of calm down a little bit along the backside. They're out testing on Pat. Flag is down, and the white Jimmy takes it off into the bog. Look at the momentum he's built up, and it's all going straight down. Pat Cartwright getting the taste of bogging and what it's all about. What a nasty spot developing out there at about, well, between the 60 and 80-foot mark. A super deep hole at 79 feet, even. 79 feet. Give Pat Cartwright out there getting the extraction a nice round of applause. Show him how much you appreciate the competition. Lined up and get him ready to run. What? Coors Beer, happy to welcome the Grand National Mud Bog Championship Series and Monster Truck. Sounded mighty healthy. Back in the pits. This is going to be the one-shot run of the Bud Light Party Animal. Totally rebuilt, 582 or so cubic inches. Yes, all aluminum motor. Todd Blanchett, the Bud Light Party Animal, against Mr. Captain America, the 484 blown Keith Black Hemi of Mr. Mike Wilkes. It's a funny car Jeep. Started tugging on the sleeve of the promoter, says, hey, I'd like to do it. I'd like to run something. I'd like to put something together. And you already hear it fired up. It's a 484 blown and injected Keith Black Hemi out of Snoqualmie, Washington. Captain America with the 87 funny car Jeep chassis. The big long stance, red, white, and blue. The Patriot Special, Mike Wilkes, getting the draw of the cards to make the first run with the Captain America. Chained ribbon. Snoqualmie, Washington. Listen to the horsepower. If you got kids, it gets a little noisy. I'm going to have to ask you all to stand away from the fence. Please, everybody in a seat. Away from the fence, if you will, please. Mike Wilkes, Captain America, checking the gauges, the officials making sure the track has been cleared. 1,600 horsepower, Chrysler Superman, the Captain America, Mike Wilkes, Snoqualmie, Washington. Whoa, yeah! You can feel it. Awesome horsepower. Nerfing his way up to the starting line now. Going up against the Chevy. It's the Chrysler off the bat, 484 cubic inch blown and injected Hemi. Mike Wilkes, Captain America! Oh yeah! 5-7 seconds! Mike Wilkes, Captain America! Monster motor. Cooking through 3.57 seconds. The time to beat. Mike Wilkes, Captain America. The challenges to the motor of the Bud Light Party Animal. They've got the starter pulled off the blower. The body will be lowered onto the chassis as Mr. Todd Blanchett prepares himself to try and beat 3.57 seconds. It is a 562 Rodec power plant. Pro Power Racing chassis. One of the nation's youngest pro mud bikers, only 20 years old out of Madera, California. Todd Blanchett. We got any party animals here tonight? Where's my party animals? All right, here's the one for you, the Bud Light Party Animal. Todd Blanchett gonna nerf it on back, get it staged, get it lined up. The pit crew coming around, taking a look at the hubs, making sure they are locked in. Todd Blanchett looking over the gauges very intently. The compression has got to be at the exact point that it has been dialed in. Everything must be right as Todd Blanchett gets the last minute okay from the pit crew. Well, Todd Blanchett checking Checking with the officials, maybe got a big world of hurt tonight, the Bud Light Party Animal. Transmission fluid running out on the starting line. A rough break for the Bud Light Party Animal, not able to make the bell tonight. So Todd Blancett is a scratch tonight. The transmission fluid having some problems on the back side of that 1,500 horsepower Rodeck. It's a screamer. She can get through the bog. You better believe it. Tractor tire division. She also is a professional puller. Here she is, Betty Ann Stout, the monster truck, in the TT division tonight. It's Last Defiance. Come on, ladies. Help the... Oh, look at the hole. And digging her way out of it. Betty Ann Stout, Last Defiance, never quitting. The never say die lady, Last Defiance, getting down to the chassis. She has got mud all over the windshield and a very respectable 9.72 seconds. Let's hear it for the lady out of Portland, Betty Ann Stout. Those big tractor tires, about 6 or 8 bolts when they come off. You put away in the 63 Ford, Rick's toy, Rick Lupton. Splashing it and getting the bog stirred up. Rick Lupton still able to pull it through. 2.5-ton military running gear, the nitrous oxide bottles not kicking in when they were supposed to, getting the boost at the last minute for Rick Lupton, still turning a 12.14 second run through the bog. Give him a nice round of applause, Rick Lupton and Rick's toy. Here we go, it's a stalker, yeah! Right off the bat, starting things off from the 4- and 6-cylinder division. Here we go. Got to give these guys another opportunity. Now that the bog has been stirred up, now that it's been chewed up a little bit, we're going to see where we are. That's Bran Nelson taking it right into it and trying to work the momentum as much as he can. The flag being set down there, being afforded a little extra work to the bog. He has got it stirred up real good. Kelly Miller back on the line. Saw where Bran Nelson ended up. Oh, about 25 feet shy of it. Here's Bob Coles. Trying to get it. Oh, look at the flames coming out from underneath. Getting the water up in the ignition and losing the momentum that he needed. Bob Coles out of LeGrand. 74 Renegade. 390 AMJ, vintage 1973. It was a very good year. 31-inch tires for David Avery coming up. Out of Eugene, 73 CJ, 350 Chevy, 31-inch rubber all the way around. Trying to get down at least as far as he did the first time around. He leads the pack after round number 1 at 76 feet. The way things have been going, it could be a little bit shy, but only time will tell. David Avery nerfing his way up to the line right now. Started his flag is up, started his flag is down, and David Avery hits the bog and tries to do a little bit of swimming, try to churn it up, stir it up, and right down in it, nose first for David Avery, the Chevy-powered Jeep. Giving it everything he could and building up on a heck of a hole. 5 for David Avery, making a double shot win. Speaking of double shots, I understand Kazel at 96.1 has a double shot Tuesday. Yeah, back vehicles. One of the guys from KZEL is out there helping us out in double capacity. Not only helping us get the word out about the Grand National Mud Bog Championship. He's going. They're pointing towards the starting line. I want to go bogging. And Bill Bly will be retiring this motor after this weekend. He says it's a little on the tired side. So the tired V. Any local heroes make it all the way through the bog as yet. This may be the one. As Bill Bly eases his way up to the starting line, flag is up, the starter's flag is dropped, and Bill Bly dumps the clutch, throwing flames out of the exhaust system, having some bogging problems not only in the mud, but in the motor department. A good effort, though. Bill Bly turning the lights on, saying, hey, come help me out. Bill Bly giving a good effort first time out. And taking the first position after round number one. Got to set the distance to be. Yeah, go ahead. I hear you putting your hands together. Give him a nice round of applause for his second effort out here. Bill Bly out of Eugene. Looking at it pretty seriously from the standpoint. Hey, here we are, Dan Muller. In your forward-powered rail. Remember the front engine, all the iron over the front axles. Gonna really have to push it and work it all the way through if he's gonna do it this time around. Totally home built. Dan Muller out of Eugene. 351 Windsor Ford Power Plant. Flag is down. Trying to dump it, trying to push it and get it moving. Working it, nosing it down into the bog. Keep that forward momentum working. And there it is. Dan Muller, a good effort at it, a good run. Very comparable to what he did the first time around, too. So, Mr. Consistency out there. The officials stretching the tape out. A very close measurement. We'll get that measurement radioed up to us to find out how close he is to the lead at round number 2 of the local rails. Couple more of the stock. Make sure you got a cold course. Still a lot of action to come. The Monster Trucking. 75 F100 351 Cleveland with the big body lift and the suspension lift. Moving on in to the launch pad. Kevin Stallings out of Eugene making his way up. His last effort, his last shot at it here tonight. Kevin Stallings, oh, listen to it, just wind through the bog. Getting down and turning it and churning it. Boy, the way he shot off that starting line and got that momentum built up from the word go. That's the name of the game. You want to try to keep it going as quick. Guy Ivy and Pat Cartwright have got their work cut out for them because neither one of them. What an effort for the man of Eugene. We have the last stock vehicle. Well, there's somebody that caught on. Here he is, trying to get down past 88 feet 6 inches. It is Guy Ivy. Is that the Jimmy or the Chevy? But the distance of Kevin Stallings, time and distance now 88 feet 6 inches. The mark to beat for Guy Ivy, the 350 V8, the big iron. Yeah, here he comes. Chevrolet, two-tone, blue and white. Gunning it, pushing it, tacking it up, moving it down, getting into the water. And going down, down, down she wrote. Yeah. Guy Ivy pushing it to the max off the starting line, backing off a little bit, trying to maintain control, and losing that very much needed momentum in the process. It's going to be a close call for the V8 Division number 2. Guy Ivy took first place overall in round number 1. Round number 2. Even 88 feet. 88 feet, just 6 inches shy of the lead. So Guy Ivy stopping at about half a foot short of the flag. That is where Kevin Fuel altered rails. You saw a spectacular run with Scott Brainerd. Mellow yellow. What do we got going out here? Is that Patrick Cartwright? Pat Cartwright sneaking up out of the darkness and saying, hey, I want to put my Jimmy back through it. He saw what that distance was and said, hey, I can do it. I don't know if the starter knew or not, but that is Pat Cartwright out there, V8 Division number 2. So Pat Cartwright out of Springfield. The white ejected rear engine Volkswagen.
Thank you.
All the way from Phoenix, Arizona. One of the nation's quickest fuel-altered rails. The big, long, extended chassis. Little tiny wing over the top, giving him a little bit of extra time if he ends up upside down. Here he is, 2,800cc Mellow Yellow as Scott Brainerd. Whoa, yeah! Over and over and over and Scott Brainerd being thrashed around. The officials checking out Scott Brainerd's Mellow Yellow. You talk about getting thrashed. You talk about a hard charge and run.
Send him anyway.
The EMTs will be making their way over to Scott Brainerd just to check him out. Undoubtedly shaken up after a spectacular run and rolling it 3 times at the end of the bog. The gentleman out of Phoenix, Arizona, a record-breaking pace through the 200-foot mud bog, having to be towed off, but being shaken up. Brainerd with a great run through the bog. The fire officials being pulled back. No fire. Just some body damage to the vehicle. Mellow Yellow. That nitrous oxide turbocharged VW fuel-altered rail. You talk about a competitor. He did not take his foot out of it. He just kept it buried through the bog. And he's coming around, ladies and gentlemen. Scott, boy, what a ride and what a scary one. There he is. Give him a nice round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Scott Brainerd. Rear wheels totally destroyed. Scott Brainerd has got a lot of work ahead of him tonight. Believe you me. Mellow Yellow. 3.42 seconds through his running horses. Matter of fact, on their small little ranch in Snoqualmie, they've got 3 horses. Hey, come on, gals, get behind her. She has got herself a big barrier. She has got to make herself a run quicker than the boys. 348 cubic inch Chevrolet 4-speed transmission. Terry is quite an artist as well. Done all the artwork on Ms. Captain America. Here she is, Terry Wilkes. Getting a little sideways off the starting line, and Terry Wilkes shutting it down to try to keep it within the bog and not roll it over. Having some problems off the chute and looking underneath. It may be, hopefully, nothing major. Driveline possibly, the clutch, the rear end giving out on her. Snow, California, nitrous oxide injected Chevrolet power. The Winged Wonder. This is only Jerry's second time through a bog. He's the one that built Bad News, and he's driving it all by himself tonight. Checking the gauges out, getting the word, the final okay from the pit boss. The track is cleared. The officials are ready. The flagman is poised as Jerry Guinness, Bad News, tacks it up, torques it up, gets it hot and ready to run. 468 cubic inch Chevrolet. It's Jerry Guinness out of Fresno. Looking at it. getting it set, ready to roll. It's all or nothing now. Second place after round number 1. 4.59 seconds, his time to beat. And pushing it. He says the gauges are set where they are supposed to be. The motor is hopefully running in its optimum. Bad news. Whoa, yes! Big bucking Bronco. Jerry Guinness thrashed around in the bog. 3/4 of the way through, there is an awesome hole. A monster mountain that he hit and threw it up in the air. And staying with it, able to maintain and make it through the bog all the way through with a full run. Yes. In obstacle courses and barrel racing on the dirt. So it's a double duty Pro Comp 4x4 out of Auburn, Washington. Rob Sjogren, Delirious, 5th place, sitting in the cellar after round number 1. Gonna try to push it for all it's worth this time around. Oh, slipping out of gear and sliding into reverse. Trying to grab for another gear and miss in second and hitting reverse. Trying to pull himself out. Rob Sjogren and Delirious getting it stuck. Give him a welcome, a nice round. What a tough break. All the way out of Auburn, Washington. Okay. Mud Bog champion Tom Nyhus. Sudden Terror, your final Pro Comp 4x4 to run before the monster truck heavy-duty car crushing is ready to roll. The Terminator with Gary Schott out of San Marcos, California. I'm looking at the gauges. Doesn't have any oil pressure. It's back into where it's supposed to be. Getting that racing harness hooked in, locked in, strapped in, ready to go. Tom Nyhus, Sudden Terror, the 72 Ford Bronco, the Super Trek Boss 351. Powering it down. Remember the wild ride that he had. You've seen what the bog is looking like. This could be a rough one, a tough one for Tom Nyhus. Here he is, Sudden Terror. Riding it through and keeping it going. Tom Nyhus knew where the pitfalls were in the bog. Was it 574 for Tom Nyhus and Sudden Terror out of Canada. 5.74 seconds is going to put him into second position after round number 2. But he did capture first place in round number 1. So their times will be averaged for the over number 2. Now, big time, 3 cars all at once. Look at the steering, front and rear axle steering, both sides doing the crab walk, getting himself lined up, nerfing it back, getting a good straight shot on the vehicles, ready to get it going. If you got your camera, get it ready, because Gary Schott will give you a photo opportunity of a lifetime. Here he is, Eugene, the Terminator. Gary Schott getting the right track on the cars. He's got it set, a straight line in reverse, and ready. Tagging it up, that blown Chevrolet power plant humming and purring and putting it down and getting it up in the air and coming down hard, bringing the back end up off the ground. Wheel standing action on the front side and nerfing it and easing it, stepping on down off the cars. And he's going to come back around. He said that wasn't enough the first time. We're going to bring my big Chevy Monster Terminator around, and we're going to make used parts out of the used vehicles right now. Here he comes. Got to get it lined up just a little bit straighter than he's looking now. Gary Schott, super stereo system. Terminator up in the air, big time wheel stand. And thrashing that back end up off the ground, the immense amount of force that is being thrashed around inside the driver's seat. Taking and surveying the action, saying, hey, let's do some cookies! The bakery doing donuts on the infield. Gary Schott showing you what it's made of. Independent braking. Can let him break one wheel and all three others will just be cooking. He's taking a look at the cars. Let's see, what can I do now? Let's see, what is going through his mind? What do you imagine? The Terminator, terminating the lives of some of Detroit's biggest. Coming up, got a sideways stance to it, this time up in the air, and coming off easy. Oh, look out! Coming up a little bit sideways. And able to maintain it and keep it on all fours. Gary Schott's Terminator. Looks like he has evenly got the tops of the cars crushed. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for the Terminator. San Marcos, California, crab walking it down. And looking good. Hey, tell you what, Schatz is done doing donuts in the infield. The pit area will be open. You get a good up-close look. Just steer clear of the bog. Please walk around the bog and stay clear of the crushed cars. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Please do drive carefully this evening. Brought to you by Coors Beer. Welcome to the pit area, and have yourself a good evening.
I guess we have to call them.
Wilkes, red, white, and blue, stars and stripes forever, hit it hard and don't look back. The wife of Mr. Rick Lupton. Wives and Ford against Ford. Actually, Rick's toy, the yellow Ford you see with the nose bent over, the yellow Ford with the stripes, and then last defiance of Betty Ann Stout sitting on the backside getting it ready. And then the Terminator, the Chevy-powered monster truck, the blown big block going up against the blown big block Ford Iron Butterfly of Tom Feeney. I want to mention, I don't know if they're available. That's are available out in the pits. A good souvenir of the competition here this weekend. Tell all your friends that Cheater. Gary Schott has got those 8x10 full color. Open up the pit area to you after the competition this afternoon. And get back brings you the Mud Bog Championships coming up in just about 20 minutes.
Hey, he ain't good looking, but he sure can play. You loud.
From today, the season finale here at the Eugene Speedway. It's the 1987 Fall Classic. Open competition stock cars. The hottest hot shoes on the West Coast going to turn out for it. 75-lap A main event. Combined with the Sportsman, the last points race of the season. And while you're out gallivanting around back by the Coors Beer stand, take a look at the, well, shall we say, the future race car that could possibly be yours. You notice it back there, the Joe. Your local friends and neighbors. All of the rigs must be equipped with a safety belt and or harness. There's got to be a hitch or a ball or something of that nature on the backside that we can hook a towback strap to, and all good photo opportunities here this afternoon. So if you got a camera, here's one of them right now. Put your hands together. Make the gentleman welcome out of San Marcos, California, Gary Schott, the Terminator. These rigs get down and start churning it up and stirring it up. Let's get it rolling. If I can all get you to please rise for our national anthem. Gary Schott's Terminator with the colors. And gentlemen, please remember your hats. This is Brendan Cooper. Brendan Cooper out of Eugene. Get behind him and help the boy out as he launches into the bog and launches straight down. Look at him turn the steering wheel back and forth. Look at the way he's inching. Come on, put your hands together. Help him out. This guy is going. Gaining some momentum. Getting down into that first gator pond down there. And look at him sinking. He's sinking. Just trying to paddle his way through the rooster tails. Totally engulfing this 51 Willie. The flag is out. What an effort. Brendan Cooper out of Eugene. And you thought it was just a little bit of water up on top of the bog. Ew, it's getting nasty putting that flag. See what it is for right now. As Brendan Cooper gets back onto some dry ground and back in. Cattle pusher, the cattle prod up there. Maybe he's going to see if he can move a wall of mud. Inching it on up to the starting line. He's buckled in. He's got his helmet on. The face shield goes down. The flag goes up. And Joe Rhea ready to dump the clutch and get it moving. Little slow off the line, but trying to work it for all it's worth. It's moving. It's moving. That's the rock stirring up. Hey, 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 hey. Dumping the clutch again, trying to slip it and trying to move it. Hey, you ain't going anywhere, but that's good enough. A good effort out there. Joe Rhea, ladies and gentlemen. The outside, the chrome wheels, a little bit of a lift, gonna be getting him rolling. Got some big heavy-duty traction tires. Coming up on the line, the flag is down, and here's Rodney Taylor. Oh, listen to this boy juice it. This guy could be taking that lead. Past the flag, down into the gator pond, and churning and stirring. Yeah, look at the old exhaust pipe blowing bubbles in the bathtub down there. I told you it was deep down there. You got to figure he's got 34-inch tires, just a little bit shy of 3 feet high. We got any Chevy fans here this afternoon? Where are you, Chevy people? Okay. Here we got 38.5 tires, the tallest tires thus far in this division. Dan Coven out of Anita. Slides the clutch and works it. Come on, Chevy people, help him out. He's got to build an awful lot of momentum if he wants to get through that big, giant hole, that lake that is forming. Got the old Mixmaster syndrome. The flagman throws the flag, says, save the clutch. Notice his cattle guard up front trying to push its way through the mud. That's a lot easier. It's easier said than done. Once you start nosing down into the bog. The gentleman who took it all last night in the 4- and 6-cylinder division, Brett Miller, 79 Toyota 4x. He's got the 2-liter. Everything, it's gonna get a little bit thrashed and dirty right now. Still got some mud spots on the body from last night. So we'll see if Brett Miller can pull off back-to-back victories and take the 6 cylinders. The little Toyota 4-banger, he's got a little bit of a disadvantage. Gets a good jump off the starting line in the dust. Churning it and moving it. Good momentum built up. Going straight down, getting it moving. Turning the steering wheel, try to move it around, dump the clutch, and there it sits. A hard charging effort. It's very, very close. Taking a look at the farthest points. Is this Joni or Johnny? Johnny Main out of Eugene. Final entry, 4- and 6-cylinder class. It's another Toyota this time around. The window is up. The flagman has got the flag up. The flag drops, and the clock starts for Johnny Miller out of Eugene. Last entry, hard charging. The little red Toyota is working it, and working it down to the old Chernobyl zone. Almost to the meltdown point. Getting that nose very close to being buried. 33-inch tires in the 4- and 6-cylinder class this afternoon. 86 feet 6 inches, 86.6. Yeah. So your 6 entries in the 4- and 6-cylinder division. Johnny Miller down there spinning the tires, hoping to get the slack taken up in the toe back strap. Getting him unstuck. There's his place, Joe Rhea. Fourth place, Johnny Main sitting out there at 86 feet 6 inches. Third, going to Dan Coven at 92.1. Second place, Brett Miller, last night's winner at 93 feet 4 inches. And Rodney Taylor, 93.8, takes away first place honors here this afternoon. Give them all a nice round of applause. Yeah, intake, carb, trick cam, headers, the shift kit, and the converter in Bananarama. Chuck Williams here last night trying to do it. Listen to him roll it. Little old renegade slowing it down, trying to pop it out and pull it back. A little bit of extra weight. Chuck Williams letting the ball get the best of him down there right about the 75-foot mark. I thought he was really going to be going for it. Is the bog and addresses it where he lines up, how he chooses to attack the bog. Gonna nerf it on up to the starting line, into the lights, the starter's flag. Final entry in this grudge match, V8 Division number 1. This is one for you Chevy fans. It's the Chevy Power Jeep. Good lurch off the line. Sound like it loses a little bit of power, slipping out of gear, able to put it back together. Come on, help him out. He's pushing it and cooking it, turning it around. Yeah! Hard running, hard charging David Avery. Dastardly Dave gets the flag moved, and it looks like he's going to take the grudge match here this afternoon. V8 Division number 1. And daughter, Heather and David, active in motorsports all over the place. So you see the fuel being squirted into the blower, getting it ready and primed. The driver's helmet, the fire, get out now. Mike Wilkes, Captain America, fires the Keith Black Hemi up. What about the people on the fence? Forewarn you, if you got a little one, let them know it might get a little bit noisy, a little bit scary. And nerfing it up to the line, 4-wheel drive, 1,500 horsepower, checking those gauges, getting the pressure built to where it needs to be. Mike Wilkes, Captain America on the line, the flag is up and it's down. In a shower of water, flying mud everywhere. An awesome effort, Mike Wilkes and Captain America. That's the best. The computer readout on the time of Mike Wilkes across the top of the bog, 200 feet long. Captain America's time, 3.82 seconds. Mike Wilkes, he can hear you. Whoa! And the stock entry said it couldn't be done. Little dinky balloons up on front, slowing it down. Oh, a little bit of carburation problems. Lost of momentum off the line, and you don't really pick it up once you get down and get it stuck. He just slipping the clutch, and not much is happening. Dave Gilson out of Eugene. Hey, he gave it a good try. I think he deserves it. Make him feel better. It's about, he knows he's got his work cut out for him as he eats the nooks and crannies, and he's got to have it tight. Here we are, Dan Muller. Starting off with a disadvantage, but dumping the clutch, a rooster tail of a dirt. And look at him working, trying to find the dry ground. Spinning it, look at the rooster tail, 50 feet behind him. Spinning it up in the air, yeah! He shot mud all the way back to the starting line. And that's one of the rules in mud bogs. You don't get the starter dirty. That guy comes out here with his $50 Calvin Klein Levi's and his $200 Reeboks, and he don't like to get dirty at all. So I'm sure he's... And if he can get that nose up in the air, look at the big paddle tires on the backside. Keep your eyes out down on the other end of the bog. We may see a possible full run. Local Rail Division, Bill Thomas, help him out. Pulls the front end off the ground and gets it rolling. A shower of mud. Where'd he go? Still moving, still on the clock. As long as he's got momentum, 5 seconds of downtime is all he is afforded. He is still gaining the momentum, trying to move it down. Help him out, help him out, help him out. He can only be not moving for 5 seconds. The officials are down there. He's still slipping it. He's still pushing it. If he can pull it off, I know he's got the lead. Oh, just get... Better watch out. Your seat pant's going to get wet and muddy. Shut him down, shut him down. And there it is, Bill Thomas! I know. Yeah, I know it. Uh-oh. The noise, a cloud of dust and a hearty... What'd you throw that up to us for? Sitting on the line, Kevin Schaefer, another VW-powered rail. Down there in that gator pond at about 150 feet. Mud Lizards do a good job out here working all weekend. We sure appreciate their help. And here we go. See if we got the strap attached. Bouncing it around. It's come to knock them off. Starter getting him into the staging area, backing him up onto the starting line. 7 inches, got his work cut out for him. The card stacked against him. First time in the mud for Kevin Schaefer out of Eugene. Taking a look at it, flag is down. Yeah! Getting it sideways! Getting it sideways, losing power. See if he can pull it out. See if he can pull it out. 5, 4. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back it up and shut it down, but he's got the win. Kevin Schaefer. Give him another nice round of applause. He's dirty, and he's your winner. Limping back, 350 V8, 34.5-inch tires, just barely sliding into Division number 2. Guy Ivy out of Eugene, getting the toe back strap hooked to the hitch, the white Mojock spokes, gleaming in the sunshine, sure to get good and dirty right now. Guy Ivy addresses it and moves it, trying to go over the top of it. Getting sideways, trying to find the groove. Come on, Chevy fans, help him out. There he is, Guy Ivy. A good effort at it. And backing it off, trying to save the drivetrain. Close to 4 feet in the air, 44-inch tires, 3-inch body lift, 3.5-inch suspension lift. The 75 Ford pickup, 351 Cleveland. He took the competition by a good high-riding, hard-charging Ford. Thought he might have dropped that to let all the mud fly out of it. Here he is, Kevin Stallings. Come on, Ford fans. This is the one. The winner from last night. Floating it on down and moving it up to the halfway point. Getting it dirty, working it back and forth. The steering wheel trying to gain ground. He's got some momentum. And he's making it work. Having a problem seeing right now. Look it, look it, look it, look it, look it. He may charge it all the way through the other end. Yeah! Making it work. $600 worth of new rubber all the way around. Kevin Stallings, a full run. 29.13 seconds. There he is, your new leader, V8 Division 2. to see and scoot on back. You know he is pumped. There he is. Give it to him one more time. It paid off for him last night and double payoff here. The only stock entry to make it through the bog this afternoon. But we are far from over. The brother battle is coming up. V8 division. Here he is, entry number 3 of 7 in the others do. Here's Rich Crabtree to start it off. Good shot off the line. Getting down. Oh! Splish splash, I was taking a bath. Rich Crabtree getting down and moving the water and the mud all around. And front bumper got down there and took a nosedive and hit hard. I only do that when he's sitting there. Andy Crabtree out of Springfield. Andy Crabtree, gonna see who's gonna buy the beer after the Boggs here this afternoon. He wants to get at least 18 power Dodge. It's 1976 vintage. Put it up to the line. The stacks up, the rails up to keep the mud out of the bed. And here it is, the brothers back to back. What a jump off the line, taking a little sideways, moving it, charging it, working it, and getting it down into the lake. And it's a situation where you ain't going no further. Andy Crabtree, good effort. It's going to be a close call. 94 feet 10 inches was the distance that he wanted to get to at least beat his brother and move into second place. It's a 66 Dodge Power Wagon. The heavy metal mobile also has got a 318 Dodge under the hood. We'll see what Mike Childers out of Springfield can do up against the other two 318 Dodges that we've just seen. Mike Childers on the starting line. He's got an awful lot of more metal to move down the bog. Work cut out for him. He's got to put it all together and charge it. Getting some back wheel spin, not much on the front end. I don't know if he's got that transfer case locked in up front or if he's just running two-wheel drive, but look at him getting down and nosing it into the ground. Two-wheel drive is what it appears on the Power Wagon of Mike Childers from Springfield. You'll want to buy it. Kevin Stallings leading the competition with a full run, 29.13 seconds. And Ed Thompson climbs into the driver's seat. A good luck shake from the pit crew. On through. 390 Ford.
Hey, we're looking for a black hose that was right down here.
Line out of Springfield, 390 big block, front and rear posse. Hoping everything is okay. The flag is down and lurching it off. Charging it hard, working it all the way around. All four wheels are turning and digging and turning and moving it. Getting down almost to the halfway point, slip the clutch. Try to turn those drive wheels back and forth. Get a little bit of traction, trying to inch it and shutting it down. Good effort, Ed Thompson. Yeah, able to make the call and make his run this afternoon. Have to have a helmet on him first off. They're getting the brain bucket ready and set it down. Well, let's see. He's going to make it all the way through in less than 30 seconds if he wants to take the lead away from Kevin Stallings. And there he is. Oh, sounding good. That big block Chevrolet, big time body shaking action as he's pulling it and working it, getting away about halfway through and going to have to shut her down. Boy, what an effort. What do you think? I don't think he's going anywhere. Bill Worthen, give him a hand. Yeah. Back with the action. The Procom 4x4s and monster trucks coming up here in just about 10 to 15 minutes. Quick recap of V8 Division number 2. 7th place to Mike. See how hard charging John Perry can make it through the bog out of Springfield. The local modified sounded mighty healthy. The flag is up and coming down. John Perry dumping it. Getting a good bite. Trying to swim across the top. Oh, look at him go down. Oh, smoking thunder. Just getting it bogged and just about burying it. John Perry out of Springfield. Some paddle tires on all 4 corners. Warming the tires up, is that what you think? And the flag is down and dumping it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, a cowboy. Ron Linville has got aspirations of turning pro. And if that run last night combined with this one here this afternoon is any indication, he could be some competition for the pros. Ron Linville through the bog, 5.96 seconds. Injected Chevrolet out of Fresno, California. Jerry Gwines, Bad News. Got it very dirty. They've been able to keep the rubber to the mud ever since. And Jerry Gwines, the one responsible for building this 1987 custom mud bogger, getting the hubs locked in by the crew now. Bad News on the line. The Bad News Racing Team. Fresno, California. A long drive here and back for the competition this weekend. Work cut out for him. Hoping the Bad News name does not give any indication on the run. So we're all behind him. Jerry Gwines, put your hands together and make him welcome from Fresno, California, Bad News. The driver's face shield is down. He's checking the gauges. All of the shift levers set. The thumb on the nitrous oxide injection button. The flag is up, and the starting flag is down. Up on 2 wheels and heading right for the wall. Jerry Gwines. Basically only using your 2-wheel drive as he got it cocked sideways and able to put all 4 wheels down on the mud and get it going straight again. He was showered with mud and water off the skin of the pits. Coming up his time, look at this, 4.33 seconds. Jerry Gwines in Bad News. Joe's on the backside, waving to the push truck to go ahead and get me moving and get me fired up. The Bogaholic, hard-charging gentleman that saw the Boggs entered the modified division about a year ago in Roseburg when the Grand National Championship was there. Joe Cartwright, the CJ5 Bogaholic, into the staging area, getting it lined up, get a good clear shot on the bog. 200 feet in front of him. Put the pedal to the metal and hold on. Here he is from Roseburg, Oregon, Joe Cartwright, your Bogaholic. Up in the air. Slipping it out of gear, trying to find the right gear, and Joe Cartwright may be able to get himself out of the bog under his own power. Pushing it, stirring it up. Can he do it? Can he do it? Can he do it? Yeah! Catching air at 50 feet, all 4 wheels off the ground. Cartwright. A good effort, the man from Roseburg, a hard cowboy ride. All he was thinking about was holding on and holding a straight line down through the mud. And able to... The driver does the paint jobs as well. Check out the eagle artwork on both the back of this rig and the other red, white, and blue rig. Snoqualmie, Washington, special education teacher, school teacher of first and second graders in Snoqualmie. And listen, ladies, a lady driver. This is Terry Wilkes and Ms. Captain America. The official down on the starting line saying, look out, you got a gigantic hole about halfway down. Terry will be lining it up, finding the right groove to get a good, clean shot at the bog. You want to see somebody go up in the air. This lady has a tendency to get a charging hard and heavy. All she does is keep her foot in it and hold on, hope she's going straight, and she's coming up to the line. They're putting it up into the lights. The flag is up for Ms. Captain America. The face shield is down. Here she is, gals, Terry Wilkes. Look at the way she's holding on, getting it sideways. Look out, Terry. Flagging it down, shooting it on through. That is one of those very scary situations. These drivers get down hard charging through the mud. They get it sideways for 75 feet, a rough break, a good charge and run. But Terry, in her effort to keep it going straight, jumped over the outside of the bog and measured it at 175 feet. Obede was another lady driver. Cher Sjogren on the line in Delirious. Cher Sjogren coming up. Getting the feel of it. Keep in mind, she's got an automatic transmission, nitrous oxide injected, the thumb on the button. And the flag is up. The flag is coming down for Sjogren. Oh, the little old cowgirl hanging on for dear life. Cher Sjogren and Delirious. Boy, going by with all the mud, it looks like she's been visited by the Roto-Rooter man. A Boss 351 dual carbureted Ford 1972 Bronco, all the way from Port Alberni, British Columbia, Canada. Tom Nyhus, Sudden Terror, has won every major event in Canada over the last 2 years. Cannot be beat north of the border. And this weekend's action, he's holding on to that same title. Unbeatable this weekend. Sudden Terror. We'll see if he can make it a triple sweep here this weekend. Canadian Maple Leafs flying from the roll cage on the backside. The driver's face shield is down and the flag is down for Sudden Terror. Oh boy! That old bucking bronco syndrome. He thought he was over at the rodeo. Tom Nyhus, Sudden Terror, coming back around on the clocks. 4.82 seconds from Canada, Tom Nyhus. There he is. Now watch how quick Tom gets Sudden Terror loaded up on his trailer and hits I-5. He has to be at work at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. And if you know how far Port Alberni, British Columbia is from here, you know he's got a long day and night of driving in the mud at about 100 feet. So Rick Lupton on the line, 63 Ford, 427 Rat motor on the top side. It's Rick's toy out of Oregon City. Getting it down, dirty and noisy and loud and short and big time flame out on the end of the bog. Rick Lupton moving it down, charging hard, and the extinguishers are over there just in case. Rick Lupton's ears are ringing down there at the far end of the bog. Give him a nice welcome, a round of applause. Rick Lupton making 200-foot mark in 8.51 seconds. 8:51 for Rick's toy. Getting it right up to the 200-foot mark and stopping her right there. That's all he had to do. Sure, out of Portland, Oregon, another lady driver. Betty Ann Stout in the mud truck called Last Defiance. Betty Ann Stout has raised literally thousands of dollars in competition for the Make-A-Wish Foundation up in Sublimity, Oregon. She is a professional truck puller as well. She has a number of sponsors at the fund. Presently in Eugene, Oregon, Betty Ann Stout and Last Defiance rolling the window up and getting ready for the hard-charging Ford run. Whoa, timing is a little bit off for Betty Ann Stout. She's checking around and seeing what is going on inside the cab as we make it all the way through. Yeah, making it look easy. That's no easy feat trying to pull yourself out of the bog. Betty Ann Stout getting in at 27.30 seconds. And she's back to the pits now to have a look at the one is jumping in the driver's seat to see what he can do. Betty, the regular driver of Last Defiance, turning the driving duties over now to Keith. Gotta do it a little bit better than I did here this afternoon. Tractor Tire Division. Same vehicle, different driver. See what he's doing. Looking at an 8.51 second run to beat Rick's toy with Rick Lupton. Oh, no! Too much money gas, so they'll take it off. And here it is, Last Defiance. Oh, get down. Look at the way he just took a nosedive, and Keith is still pulling it out and does make it through. Without stopping, that was without the assist of the nitrous oxide injection. Last Defiance, Keith turning a 9.54 second time. A good effort, first time in the bog. So, Last Defiance, the second run for Keith. Good, and sounded good. Don't forget, Mike's got official Captain America t-shirts in the concession area in the pits. Right back by the half wagon for you here after the races in the pits. Get some autographs on your shirts, too. Here we go, easing it ever so gently up to the line. It's Captain America, Mike Wilkes out of Snoqualmie, Washington. 1,500 home-built funny car team. Yeah! Come on back. Mike Wilkes, the funny car, hydroplaning across the top of the bog. Let's take another shot at it. Mike likes to Tom Feeney's Iron Butterfly this afternoon being driven by Mr. Carl Stout out of Oregon City. The very first time he has been in competition. He's played around a little bit with the Iron Butterfly, but now it is down. Be doing a little bit of pushing and a shoving of the vehicles. Well, there it is, the third and final car making its way to the straightaway. Saturday night, crushing them into nothing but scrap iron. The monster truck comp each other. What do you think? Does it look good from your standpoint? Are they ready to go? Gary Schott in the Terminator, 468 blown and injected Chevrolet. San Marcos, California, 750 horsepower, wheel stand in action. Getting it up, getting it lined, and getting it up in the air. And bringing it down sideways. Gary Schott, a precarious position up on top of the cars and making his way down the Terminator. Look at him turning around, looking out the driver's door. Cannot see anything out the windshield except about 40 feet in front of him. Independent steering, front and rear axle. The Terminator back to do it again. See how high he can get those front wheels off the ground as he hits them and brings them down and makes it away. And on top of all three, yeah, the windshield hasn't even cracked on the Chrysler. Gary Schott, there's a good look. The sky-high off-road Terminator. Blown and ejected 468 cubic inch 1985 Chevy monster truck. Down, yeah! Getting it airborne. Big high wheel stand. There goes the windshield on the green one. He's gonna make it through again. Wanna totally flatten the cars. Yo! Whoa! Look out! Look out! Look out! Sideways. Is he gonna make it? Ladies and gentlemen, Terminator, Gary Schott, San Marcos, California, Monster Man. Oh, look at him go! A little boy and his toy. The Chevrolet 14 cubic inch blown Ford power plant. Tom Feeney's Iron Butterfly. Taking a look at the cars, at the situation, what he is up against. It's Chevy versus Ford. The Ford's turn to shine. Easing it. Yeah! Big time bouncing it around. The Ford van. Carl Stout knows what it's about. Zipping it back around, a C6 Ford transmission built by Tom Singleton. Blower and drive, the blown 514 cubic inch Ford. 66 inch tall Terra tires all the way around. 43. Look at the edge to butterfly on the windshield of the Iron Butterfly. Coming back around, looking it out, lining it up. Tom Feeney says, do it, Carl Stout! Pulling it airborne, all four wheels off the ground, slamming it down on top of the cars. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Give him another nice hand. Carl Stout's Iron Butterfly. The battle of the Ford and the Chevrolet this afternoon, Eugene Speedway. Airborne twice already. We'll see what the third shot looks like. He's got it lined up and ready to do it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The force, the